The Steelers Extra Point Show, presented by Neighborhood Ford Store.
And good afternoon or good evening, everyone. It's Bob Pompeani and Chris Hoke. We're here for the Extra Point as the Steelers put an exclamation point on another win. And they are now 9-0, looking to go 10-0 next week with a trip to Jacksonville and then the head-to-head game with the Ravens on Thanksgiving night. The final today, 36-10. And really the story of the game was Ben Roethlisberger. After not practicing all week, being on the reserve COVID list because of the close contact to Vance McDonald, all he had to do was work at home with his iPad. Didn't matter because he came out and it looked like he was there all week. 4 touchdown passes, well over 300 yards, and really some zip on the ball. And we saw a 46-yarder to Deontay Johnson in there. Let's welcome in Chris Hoke, Bro 76. Chris Hoke, former Steeler defensive lineman. And Chris, that was a tremendous performance by a guy who did not practice all week long. But, you know, given the fact he's been around for a long time, he absorbed it all. He knew what he was doing. He saw it on the iPad. He put it on the play on the field today.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. You know, Mike Tomlin and Randy Finkner, they weren't worried at all about Ben not practicing all week, only getting walkthrough reps yesterday before going to Heinz Field today. 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. And he started out a little shaky. He was off on some of his throws. We don't know if that was because of the wind or because he was off, but he sure got hot and putting up 4 touchdowns today. That was a big effort by Ben.
And we saw a picture right there of Juju Smith-Schuster. I really would be remiss if we didn't talk about how he has really played this year, because even though his numbers aren't, you know, what you would expect from a quote #1 receiver, it seems like every time they need a big play, especially on third down, Juju Smith-Schuster is the man who is at the receiving end. And he made some good catches today. He got a touchdown as well. I mean, 9 more catches for him. It seems like he's under the radar when you talk about, quote, elite guys. But, man, he is valuable in that passing game. Every time they need a big play, number 19 normally delivers.
He's extremely valuable. He's the ultimate team player because the ball doesn't go to him every single game. But when it goes to him, he catches the ball. And it's beyond me how often they throw the ball behind the chains on third down into Juju, and he is muscling his way to the first down. He is converting third downs over and over again. That's what he's doing for this team right now.
Defensively, the Steelers got 3 sacks on Joe Burrow. T.J. Watt had a couple of them. He continues to run with that high motor that we know. Yep. But there were times where the secondary, again, seemed to be allowing big plays down the field. Overall, they gave up just 10 points. And for a team like Burrow, and he has been really good since week 6 of the season, but the defense pretty much did what it had to do. They limited this team to 10 points, and that's a good offense. Their problems really lie on the defensive side of the ball. But I think the Steelers, all in all, did a good job.
They did do a good job, and Joe Burrow struggled today. He got hot at times again, but then he was overthrowing balls, and he was also throwing them short. He had a hard time being consistent in his throws. You look at it, the Steelers didn't get a lot of pressure on Joe Burrow today. They did have 4 sacks, but only 2 of those came before that last drive in the game. And you look at the Eagles this year against the Bengals, had 8 sacks. The Ravens had 7. Today against the Stars, when the game mattered, the Steelers only had 2 sacks by T.J. Watt. So that's kind of something you have to be concerned about, because when they're not getting pressure, they open themselves up to big plays down the field.
Is that because they're not blitzing as much?
They're not blitzing and they're rushing 4 guys, but you got 2 of the best outside linebackers in football. They're also walking those guys out. Teams know what to do now to take advantage of the Steelers. They come out with formations and personnel that have T.J. Watt walk out and not rush, or Bud Dupree walk out and not rush. And so what they're doing, they're limiting their ability to do a 4-man rush and get pressure with 4 guys.
All right, now it's time, as we always do, take a look at the final stats. Hoke Bro 76 will break it down for you. What's up?
Yes, Bob, let's take a look at the final stats presented to you by JP Roof. And you look here, the Steelers, 22 first downs to the Bengals, 16. And rushing yards, the Steelers still have not done well in the running game the last several weeks. 20 for 44 yards. Today, James Connerly had 2.8 average. Cincinnati Bengals ran over the Steelers again for the 3rd week in a row, giving up a lot of yardage, 21 for 139. Passing attempts here, Ben was sharp, 27 for 46 for 333 yards. Penalties, even across the board. Turnovers, this is the name of the game right here. 2 takeaways by the Steelers in the first half. Time of possession about even for both teams. But where it was won was really on the defense, winning on third down, and Ben Roethlisberger, 4 touchdowns, no turnovers.
When we come back, we'll dissect that run game, both sides of the ball, because the Steelers have not had that much success running the ball, and they've had virtually no success stopping the other team. We're just getting started. This is the Extra Point Show on KDKA. Steelers win 36-10, 9 wins, no losses. The only undefeated team in football will continue right here live on Pittsburgh CW. The Xfinity Extra Point is brought to you by Xfinity. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Arby's, 2 for $6 every day. Chicken, beef, gyros. 2 of those things for just $6. Arby's, we have the meats.
Devices are like doorways that could allow hackers into your home. And like all doors, they're safer when locked. That's why you need Xfinity XFi. With the XFi Gateway, devices connected to your home's Wi-Fi are protected, which helps keep people outside from accessing your passwords, credit cards, and cameras, and people inside from accidentally visiting sites that aren't secure. And if someone tries, we'll let you know. XFi Advanced Security. If it's connected, it's protected. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months. Switch today.
Inherited a home and don't know what to do with it? I'm Ryan Chalava with the Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. After a 20-minute home tour, we'll make you a cash offer and close on the day you choose. Home Buyers of Pittsburgh. Call 412-386-0096.
Grit, determination, desire to be the best, or as we call it, going to work. But good luck getting the job done without the right tools. You'll need an F-150 with best-in-class payload and plenty of capability to do it right. That's how you become the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and the official truck of your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Want to sell your Pittsburgh area home faster and for the best price? Then make it RE/MAX Select Realty. RE/MAX Select agents sell up to 3 times as many homes as other agents. That means more buyers searching your neighborhood right now. Call RE/MAX Select today. We'll meet and list your home tomorrow. Plus, get your free RE/MAX market price evaluation. Selling your home is a big decision. Make it RE/MAX Select Realty. See us now at selecthomefinder.com.
The way things are changing is personal. And while everyone's financial needs are different, we're working to help with each one, so your small business stays open, your community thrives, and you're ready for what's next. Because we've always done what's right. So whether you're out with a friend, thinking about your business, or spending lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of time with the kids, we're here. It's how we're making a difference, now and for the future. PNC Bank.
Devices are like doorways that could allow hackers into your home. And like all doors, they're safer when locked. That's why you need Xfinity XFi. With the XFi Gateway, devices connected to your home's Wi-Fi are protected, which helps keep people outside from accessing your passwords, credit cards, and cameras, and people inside from accidentally visiting sites that aren't secure. And if someone tries, we'll let you know. XFi Advanced Security. If it's connected, it's protected. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months. Switch today.
Welcome back to Steelers Extra Point, presented by Neighborhood Ford Store.
Bob Pompeani, Chris Hoke with you. Steelers go 9-0, and everybody's looking ahead because there's some big games coming up, and the Steelers are going to be favored in just about all of them, I would suspect. So, Chris, let's go down the road.
Yes, Bob, let's look down the road, brought to you by the Neighborhood Ford Store. And when you look at who the Steelers are playing over the next 4 weeks, they're playing against some bad teams right now. You look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are 1-8, lost today, 20-24 to the Green Bay Packers. Baltimore Ravens, they play tonight against the New England Patriots on Sunday Night Football. They're 6-2. 3 weeks from now, they play the Washington Football Team. They're 2-7. Today they lost 27-30 to the Detroit Lions. And the Buffalo Bills, that's 4 weeks from now, 7-3. They lost a heartbreaker, a last-second Hail Mary thrown by Kyler Murray, and they lost to the Arizona Cardinals. So that's the next 4 weeks. It looks like 2 teams that the Steelers should win, and some tough battles against the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills.
Well, Chris, I think you can call it a Hail Murray, if you want to be exact,
That's right.
because
that's
what
right.
it was, is Buffalo. That's a loss that could help the Steelers, certainly. They fall to 7-3 in the AFC. We'll take a break, come back with more. Steelers win 36-10. They're 9-0, and next up a trip to Jacksonville. We'll have it for you on KDKA next week. We'll be right back.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Devices are like doorways that could allow hackers into your home. And like all doors, they're safer when locked. That's why you need Xfinity XFi. With the XFi Gateway, devices connected to your home's Wi-Fi are protected, which helps keep people outside from accessing your passwords, credit cards, and cameras, and people inside from accidentally visiting sites that aren't secure. And if someone tries, we'll let you know. XFi Advanced Security. If it's connected, it's protected. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months. Switch today.
We're Steelers. We take what nature provides. We work in what others can't handle. We put it through extremes others can't imagine. And we create something extraordinary. Then we share it with others so they can make their own amazing. Now, Steelers are partnering again, working to bring remarkable to the next generation so they too can be extraordinary.
This is a game changer. I'm Jason Waller, founder of Power Home Solar. The solar movement is on. It's time to own your power. With our American-made solar panels, we've teamed up with Generac's backup battery system so you can reduce those energy bills and never be without power again. And right now, score big with $2,000 instant cash back. Generac and Power Home Solar, the #1 team in home energy.
Grit, determination, desire to be the best, or as we call it, going to work. But good luck getting the job done without the right tools. You'll need an F-150 with best-in-class payload and plenty of capability to do it right. That's how you become the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and the official truck of your Pittsburgh Steelers.
Devices are like doorways that could allow hackers into your home. And like all doors, they're safer when locked. That's why you need Xfinity XFi. With the XFi Gateway, devices connected to your home's Wi-Fi are protected, which helps keep people outside from accessing your passwords, credit cards, and cameras, and people inside from accidentally visiting sites that aren't secure. And if someone tries, we'll let you know. XFi Advanced Security. If it's connected, it's protected. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $39.99 a month for 12 months. Switch today.
Welcome back to Steelers Extra Point, presented by Neighborhood Ford Store.
All right, welcome back as we cover the Steelers winning again. 9 games, 9 wins, 36-10, the final score today. And sometimes, though, Chris, when you talk about blowouts and games that aren't close, you overlook some of the problems that they may have. And I think running the football has become a problem. The Steelers have not generated much yardage at all for the day, 44 yards, and it was James Conner averaging 2.8 on 13 for 36. Yeah. Why is it not working, and why do they continue when they do run the ball, use Conner to the outside instead of between the tackles?
Well, I think it's very simple. They're just not winning the one-on-one battles. They're getting beat at the line of scrimmage when you talk from tackle to tackle. And why they can't run outside is because they're not winning at the edge. Eric Ebron is not getting his hat on that blocker, that defensive end, and able to seal the end inside or be able to knock him off the ball. And so he's getting knocked back into the lap of James Conner. And so that all of that together in combination, it holds the Steelers down to 2.2 yards a carry today. And when you juxtapose that with the Bengals, they had 6.6 yards today per carry. That is something that's becoming an issue on the other side of the ball too, Bob. That's 3 weeks in a row where they've gotten outrushed and given up over 100 yards.
And 200, almost 300 of the Ravens. So that's something that certainly is glaring and needs to be changed. One thing, the Steelers put on pressure when they needed to today. T.J. Watt, 2 sacks. We're going to hear from him right now after a Steelers win by 26 points over Cincinnati.
Right now, we're just taking it one game at a time, and we'll take a win any way we can possibly get it. We felt really good about the week of practice that we had, and the train keeps rolling.
Jim Colony.
The train has on it Robert Spillane. A lot of people were wondering why we did not see Avery Williamson. He was brought in, and he was supposed to play. It took more snaps, Chris. Why didn't we see more of him? Or are they just comfortable with Robert Spillane in the middle?
I really do think they're comfortable with Robert Spillane. When you go back and look at the film, he's playing pretty tough. He's an old-school throwback type of linebacker, like we've talked about, and you combine him with Vince Williams. And even when you look at him in pass coverage, I think he's only given up one really terrible pass when he gave that one to Willie Snead against the Baltimore Ravens. Other than that, he's been pretty solid. He tackles the catch soon after the catch is made. And so I think they like him in there in the lineup with Vince Williams.
All right, well, it was a nice win. However you slice it, they got the win, and that ultimately was all about. So they're 9-0 now with a chance to get to 10-0 in advance of a big game against the Ravens. The Ravens tonight will play on Sunday Night Football against the Patriots. That's something we will certainly keep an eye on. Chris, as always, thanks. We had an abbreviated show today, but we'll have a long one next week. Look forward to seeing you then.
Hey, Bob, whether it's short or long, it's great to be with you, my friend.
Always the same for you. Thank you. I appreciate you coming here with your expertise. That's going to wrap it up for us. I want to remind you, if you do want to sound off, this was a shorter show today. We'll be on at our usual start time at 10:35 for the Nightly Sports Call. You can call us, air your opinions, tell us what you think about this 9-0 start. We'll also wrap it up. We'll be on really late tonight, live after the late news on KDKA, like 12:15. Join us for the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown. A lot to get into there as well. That's going to do it for us, for everyone here. Thank you for joining us on the Extra Point Show. The Steelers get to 9 wins, no losses, 36-10. They carve up the Bengals, who fall to 2-6-1. We'll join you again next Sunday. Game in Jacksonville, post-game to follow. Have a wonderful night. And thanks for joining us here on Pittsburgh CW.